Hi YouTube. Hi Blue Flame. Hi Blue Crew. How y'all doing? Hope you're all well. There is an upload coming. Shots fired. It's been coming for a really long time. It has. It needed to. Let me clear my throat. I do love my Sagittarius crazy counterpart. Saggies can't be contained. Spread that fire, Saggy. Yeah. That thumbnail that I used is perfect. That was a light that actually fell yesterday. Was it the day before? It was yesterday. And it was the day, I don't know. It fell the other day, and the bulb part smashed. But the light still worked. It was like the inside still worked. And I'm like, how is this thing not completely broken? Because usually when a light bulb, it'll just poof, blow out. Not this light bulb. Obviously, I had to change it, but it still worked. That has been the breaking. Hi, how are you? Yeah, you'll have to excuse my rant that is getting uploaded on here. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you came over from Mystical Illuminations. Yeah, there's a rant on here that I'm uploading. Please excuse that because it's really meant toward not not all of them, but okay. Well, welcome over here, Blue Flame. Yeah, my channel. I've been on YouTube since 2018, and I've been shadow banned the whole entire time, pretty well. So it's hard to find me down in the. They push my shit so far down the algorithms, and every single live stream I do, every single upload I do on here gets bots. I get attacked. So that's how it's been over here on Blue Flame. I spoke out a lot against narcissism and stuff like that as well. So, which most, yeah, you'll have to excuse my really mean rant. But when I heard the audacity, I don't know. Did you hear the Peace Stealers rant? He said no names, but I made a video. You're not going to sit there and call the people he chose on that channel a bunch of frauds. Ain't gonna happen, Mr. Leo King. Not gonna happen. I don't give a shit. As soon as you mentioned shadow banning. Yeah, sorry. Well, I also mentioned some of it out in Hollywood too. He's crying because he's getting all kinds of squared right now. I had no clue none of that drama was even going on until after I had to send my upload to Mike to upload on Mystical Illuminations. And then I saw all the drama going down, and I'm like, that sucker. That little brat. Like, for real, he's sitting there whining about being... After he ragged on Aries for the last decade... I'm an Aries, by the way. He ragged on my sign. Harsh. To the point where I'm like, this guy hates us. For real. He does not like his fellow fire sign, who's going through hell right now. So, I knew it. Thinking he's better than everybody else. Aries usually do better. We better working by ourselves. You know, I don't mind, but that's why, like, I can guarantee you hardly anybody from my channel even got notified about this live stream. So that's the way it goes around here. I tell the truth. I'm usually spot on in my readings, and I listen to God. So when God tells me to drop something, I drop it. Like I said, I woke up this morning, my hair was still a mess. Not that it isn't now, but my hair was still a mess. Like, and I heard God tell me to drop this reading, and I'm like, you need to upload something finally. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do it myself because it's just quicker to get a hold of him and get how to transfer it and give it to him and let him do it. Then I could finally get content over there. I'll be doing those weekly, by the way, too. Hopefully Fridays is when I'll be dropping. I think it'll be Fridays weekly. And I'll be over here because I can do longer readings. I'll do the full moon and the new moon. I use the same cards, and they're a full reading over here. Which, like I said, that was just a little mini synopsis of what was taking place in the collective. I didn't realize how right I was with the drama. Oh my God. So, yeah, I had to drop a message for a certain person who's whining about my bro starting his own shit. Like, I knew about this for a long time. Just wasn't the right time. This Aries season was the right timing. He's not stupid. So, and he's been scoping us out for a long time. Me and the Peace Dealer have been like this for a while. He knew my plights. And a lot of times he'd tell me to deal with it, suck it up, and compassionately, as compassionate as what he can. And because my whole chart is a square. I have a grand cardinal square, so I've been getting all kinds of activations. Yo, that's the way you got to look at it. If you're a fixed sign, Saturn squaring you, or Uranus squaring or opposing, if you're a fixed sign right now, you're being tested by integrity. That's what's going to happen over the course of the next decade. Because now you have two massive karmic planets, outer planets, that are squaring the fixed signs or opposing. And Aries have just gone through this. Plus, we have Chiron there right now. And we still have Pluto opposing us, but by this point, like after going through a Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter square, opposing or squaring Chiron, and whatever shit is transiting through, like, you kind of get used to the fuckery, okay? You just kind of get used to it. Kind of have to learn to go with the flow, and I know that's not easy for fixed signs. I get that. But I know the integrity of myself, and I know the integrity of the people that I'm working with. For the most part, I know the person who's running this has major integrity. So to talk shit about somebody because they want to start their own thing, not cool. That was his first. That was one of the first tests. He failed, and now he has me on his ass. I told him in his comments. I even trolled. I'm like, look, why you've been hating on my sign, who's been going through this shit, and you have the balls to sit there and cry and whine? Get used to it, buddy. Got 12 years of it. Well, you have Saturn, and then you have Uranus, and yeah, y'all getting opposed or squared right now. And if you're not a shithead and a shitbag, I'll be nice. And I'll help you through it. But people who have been a shithead and a shitbag, who are in leadership talking shit about people going through stuff, and they're sitting whining about their personal shit, which I did it all the time. But I'm not going to sit there and blame other people. That was my own shit that I had to figure out. Looks like it's the way it goes. If you've been a good person, you're either going to get rewarded or you're going to get karma. Just go with the flow. That's what they tell you. Just go with the flow. Got to go with the transits, and they suck. I'm not saying that they don't. Because right now you're getting squared by Jupiter, and like this is for fixed signs. Jupiter, and just wait till Pluto moves in there. At least you're not going to have it all bunched up. By the time Pluto moves in there, Saturn will be over in Pisces, in detriment. Then he's exalted in Aries, so build back better. I'd say it like that, yeah. Because that's what Aries have been doing, and we've been trying to rebuild our lives, and it's been like, when Uranus came in Aries back in 2011, we had Pluto that was already came into Capricorn. That started the whole bullshit. So really since 2008, we've been screwed. And it just started from there as horrid. So I get it. But we've gone through a train. We've been bulldozed over by a wrecking ball. My 6th house got wrecked. The only thing really I think that really sustained me is like, oh, that's when all the narcissists came in my life, by the way. Yeah. Like, that I actually started really recognizing the pattern and what they were and what the hell is going on and why is this happening to me? Well, one of the things I have to say is it's definitely an ego buster. It'll destroy it and break a person down to the point. It's not to be feared, it's to be, I can give anybody any advice. Just try and go with the transit, with the flow as much as you possibly can. And try not to get too distracted on what's happening in the world, even though what's happening in the world is not normal. That's not normal. Like, don't take this shit as like normal, because it's not normal. And again, what was normal even before that? People were, like I said, what did people do over the last year when they were confined? I was confined without really, I tried dating one person. It did not work. I had a twin flame try and come back twice. It did not. And I said, no. Suppose, I don't know what the fuck he is. Sociopathic twin flame, whatever you want to call him. No. I learned that lesson. It's called chop, bitch. I ain't dealing with that. Gets my energy right off. And I don't need Dark Nights of the Soul anymore. He didn't do the work, I can tell. Someone didn't do the work, they ain't on my vibe. So they ain't coming back into my energy, sucking and leeching off of me. I deal with that enough. He's just the worst. My God, he's like, first off, his placements are just ridiculous and very life-sucking as what they are anyway. He's ruled by Pluto, Neptune, and frickin' Uranus. Like I said, the lessons that man taught me are invaluable. Scorpio Sun, Aquarius Rising, Pisces Moon. Yeah, do not trifle with that combination. Don't. It's not a good idea. I mean, unless you're me. And you can say, 2 middle fingers. Read the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then we have something to talk about, buddy. Until you do, we don't got nothing to say to each other. Because that's where I'm at over here. You're over, dude, you're sitting in a cell, a 9x9. Pick up the doggone Bible and read it. It's supposed to be a light in that, wherever you are. You're supposed to be a light in a dark world. That's why I'm on here. No matter where you're at. He might be in prison because he put himself there. He's still supposed to be a light there. And I ain't accepting anything less. I know what I deserve. And it's not being used and abused, gaslit, freaking love bombed, and then discarded like you don't mean. Fuck all that. Like, you can take all that and shove it. That's the way I look at it. So, not my monkeys anymore, not my circus. Stop writing. He can't find me because he's in prison. So, like, for me to sit here and be like, stop writing me letters, he's not going to get it. He's there for 5 to 15. He ain't going to get it. Hopefully, energetically, he can get it. Dark magician. That's what I call him all the time. I'm like, doggone dark magician. Messing with the high priestess over here. Don't do that shit. Until you can move up into a divine masculine, and you don't even bother. So that's pretty much, I had to explain my rant that's uploading right now. Do you know how long I've been wanting to do that? Because I did not like that dude since, like, I dealt with him. Like, because he's, you know, he's charismatic, stuff like that. However, I noticed every single freaking stuff he pulled for my sign, speaking out curses over my sign. No. Why do you hate my sign so much? Why do you hate Aries so bad? Like, why? So I just unsubscribed and moved along. And then I hear, that's how I roll. I'll just unsubscribe and keep my opinion to myself. But then when you make a blanket statement about the group that I know was hand-chosen and hand-picked to join forces to help more people, and people are whining and bitching and complaining about that because of how piss poorly you treated them? Come on, stop it. It's your own karma. So yeah, I got a message straight for him. I mean, so I know if some Leos get on there, they're going to be like, ooh, she talk about me? No, not really. Nope. I did have one bad experience at work with a Leo. It was horrible. She was a major narcissist, and it was just bad. But I have a lot of, like I said on there, I have a lot of family members that, all 3 of my grandmothers all were Leos. All 3 of them. My dad's a Leo. and I get along very well with him. I have cousins that are Leos. I have aunts that are Leos. I have one aunt that's an Aries in my family. She's awesome too. And her and I both have gone through major pain and suffering. So for me to sit there and see somebody with who brought shit on themselves for Pete's sakes, thinking he's a god, getting fed grapes by Thai women as they're groping him, and he has a wife at home. Yeah, I'm gonna feel sorry for your divorce. No, I'm not. I won't put up with that. No. Deserve everything you get coming, dude. That's my opinion. I don't give a shit who don't like my opinion. You can watch whatever you want. But I'm gonna tell you the truth about how I feel about it now. You brought my other group. You talking shit about the Vibe Tribe? Are you fucking kidding me? No. You don't do that. Because we will come at you too. You want to bring it, bro? You bring it. Bring it. And no, nobody put me up to this. This is my own thing. Because I had to watch the whiny baby actually go off, and I'm like, oh my gosh. He couldn't just take the high road, could he? Nope. So guess what? Like I said, I didn't even know nothing about this until this afternoon. Until I watched the podcast. I didn't understand Mike's rant last night. I'm like, what is this about? I'm like, yeah, I said, man, I kind of understand. That's kind of right. I dealt with one like that, yeah. And then I actually started to see all the drama unfolding that was unfolding on frickin' Instagram, and I'm like, what is going on here? Well, we're the last group you want to talk about. At least I am the last person, because they are a part of my family now. And ain't none of us phonies. Not one. We've been through testing and fire and trials. And like I said, we've kind of gone through this first. Talk about like, because there's more people who are going to be waking up and they're not going to understand what's going on. And we do. We are the leaders coming up, and we have to help other people. This isn't a competition. This is about us being the best us that we can be. But if people want to make it a competition, I'll throw cards any day. Anybody want to throw down? Let's throw down. Any day. I dare somebody. That's not a good idea. First off, I get all my stuff usually downloaded prior to cards even coming out. I already know. I channel almost everything. I don't even know where the shit comes from. That's why a lot of times it's really hard to put out. For me, I love doing the Lightworker Starseed readings. It's for my high-vibing people. It's for the leaders in this. And when it comes to reading for the signs, I don't usually mind. It's just a lot of times I see these cyclicals. A lot of times I'm seeing a lot of people deal empaths and that dynamic coming out. So I try and avoid, like, saying someone's coming back, so they're always all going to be general. Anything can come out. Anything is possible when I read cards. I can't just stick to one topic and be like, yes, this is definitely going to be love, if that's not what God wants to talk about. God might want to talk about your passed on loved ones, or, you know, if you're dealing with stuff in your house, God might want to expose on how to get rid of that. Like negative energy. I get all of those downloads. I know if there's past loved ones, they come through. Hardcore, they come through. All I gotta do is ask God, what's up with this person? And I get all the answers. It comes out in my cards. Part of the reason I was kicked out of my church is because I had an anointing. A pretty high level anointing. I was getting attacked by Jezebels left and right. And what does Jezebel want to do? Kill the prophets. They want to kill off all the real prophets of God. Well, I'm one that couldn't be taken out. I stayed in integrity. I kept my mouth shut about a lot of things because I was working on myself. Because I was being opposed, and what else could you do when you're being opposed and sweared and retrogrades and the whole 9 yards? What can you do except for go with the flow and take it as it comes, and then deal with shitty people? And when you learn your lessons and you cut them out of your life, yeah, pretty much get you in that confinement where it's just you and the divine. And then you got to work on yourself. Then you know God's real. And then God starts talking, really telling you a lot more things. Like I said, I had no clue. I woke up 10 o'clock this morning, had a cup of coffee, and I heard God tell me to go sit down. The cards are still laying over there, too. God told me to go sit down and do a reading for Mystical Illuminations. And I'm like, okay, let's try this. How do you want to do this, God? And what came out, came out. And then I saw the drama. I heard my phone. You can hear my phone going off the whole time in the background. Binging, bing, bing, my other phone. And I didn't realize, because after I got the video done, I got in our group and I'm like, oh, I got my video done. Just waiting for the peace dealer to wake up and get this uploaded. Little did I know. I had no clue that there was beef going on between them two. I had no idea. Not until after I saw the rant, and then I spoke with somebody today, and they're like, did you see this? And I'm like, no, but I'm going to have to go look now because now I'm curious. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I watched him and Candace's podcast, and I'm like, oh, this is really popping off. And then I saw the Instagram post, and then I'm like, I got to go see what he said. And oh my God, that little baby was my thing. You big baby. So I had to do an ode to the Leo King. Yes. It was more about my sign Aries, yes. Talk more about how we were and what we went through and what it was like and why people don't like us and why people think they can freaking abuse us and talk shit and think that we're not going to come back at them. At this point, we have nothing to lose. At this point, yo, you come after one of us, I said it a long time. You come after one of us, you come after all of us. If you're my family, if you're my soul tribe, you're my family, you come after one of us, you're coming after all of us. Take that to the bank. Either way, I'm going to get off here. I just figured I'd do a quick live stream to explain and clear my throat. Really wish I could play music on here because we'd be jamming out right now. Because that's how I feel. If you have never heard the song Clouds from NF, that's my theme song right now. He has a whole video for it. That's the description of. Watch all his stuff because it all goes in a progression. But if you never saw NF, I said it. He's my spirit animal. If you've never saw or listened to his music, you're missing out. First off, he doesn't cuss, and he can rap. His stuff is so good. The content is so good. It's about soul work. It's about growth. It's about getting yourself back up at this point fine and being a little mischievous while you do. Like, he's so in that Aries energy, and I'm just like, thank you. Yeah, and he dropped it. I think he dropped Clouds before, but he dropped the other a bunch of mixed tunes, because he did a mixtape this time. He dropped a bunch of his collabs. And then there's a song called Layers. My layers have got layers. That's me, man. Man, I wish I could get away with this. Maybe I will, and I could just, I don't know. Nobody's really saying anything on here. You guys just stalking or watching, or what are you doing? Oh, you're a Scorpio? Oh, I do see you guys. Hi everybody on here. I'm sorry. See, the chat hasn't been coming up. I'm sorry. I really haven't been. I really apologize, guys. Either way, I'm gonna get off here. Check out NF. I want you to check him out. The song Clouds. Get on that right now. I do post a lot of songs and stuff on my community page too. He did a song called Trust with, he doesn't do features. He prefers to work by himself. I get that. He's an Aries. But he did some collabs with people, and they were so good. Oh my God. He did one with Tech-9 called Trust. That's an Aries thing. Kind of on hand who I trust. Yep. And then the song Lost, he did that with Hobson. That was an excellent video. You gotta watch the video. And then the song Clouds, where he really tapped into his mischievous side. Yeah, that's me. It's just so good. Either way, yeah. Layers, you gotta check that song out. That's a joke. That's where I did, well, you'll hear it in the other. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, hold up, rewind. That's not even possible. Me, I keep her honorable. Yeah. I had to learn integrity, though, and do the right thing. Like I said, y'all fixed signs. I knew. I told Taurus, I was so happy when Uranus got out of Aries. Oh my God, that was the most horrible, because it's so long. That transit, like 7.5 years. And it was through my 6th house. My 3rd, 6th, 9th, and 12th house all got activated. Because my midheaven too. But my whole chart is a square. Right now I'm dealing, my progress chart, I'm dealing with a yod. So, hey, I dealt with the Grand Cardinal Square my whole life, so I'm used to it. And I'm talking major planets, like I have Pluto in the 12th. One of my rising sign. And I know that sounds weird, but I have split houses in my chart the way it's set up. Either way, I'm getting off here. Y'all take care. Have a good one. And thank you for coming over and hanging out with Blue Flame. I had to get some things off my chest. And yeah, that video I did was my response to the whining ball baby. Don't be that. Learn. And have compassion, as most of, like I said, I don't want to hear shit. Like, I know. Someone would talk about Aries and us being the way that we are, and our bad traits. Well, I mean, I heard it all from that guy. It's just nasty shit. And I'm just like, I don't even want to watch this guy anymore. All he's doing is speaking curses over my life, and not happening. So, I didn't like him pretty much from 2018 on, when I first found him, and he was doing what he was doing over in Thai, whatever that was. After that, I was like, this guy has no integrity. This guy has zero fucking love for his wife. And yeah, Done. Either way, he should get that tooth fixed, by the way. We'll talk soon. Bye.